What's up, my writing weirdos? Hey, I am BC, and this is BC Brown Books, where we like to get weird about words in the ways that only writers can. We write them, and we talk about writing them. And of course, tonight, we are going to do both. We're going to write and do 20-minute sprints at the same time that Sako and I probably bounce back and forth and talk about what we're writing. So that, I think, is going to be a lot of fun tonight. We got a few people here, but first, let's go ahead and get, the perfunctory crap out of the way. All right, my weirdos, you all know me. Of course, I am BC, and I'm sure most of you probably know my fantabulous, over there, co-host and co-writer that is working with me on Project Flambeau, which is the book that she and I have been doing from idea inception, and we are doing all the way through to publication live on stream. But just in case you do not know who she is the fabulous, fantabulous, effervescent and wonderful Sako Tumi I, also known as Voit, and I will let her introduce herself to you now.
Yep. Hi. How's it going? It's Sako Tumi I, also known as Voit. I write horror, urban fantasy, something, and I'm a chaos witch, and I'm a graphic designer with whose degree is in that shiz. And sometimes I combine those three things. So if you are looking to market yourself as an author, you can check me out at Sako Tumi /Voit. And if you want to be a witchy or witch, I have a witchy account called The Witch of Till with Teg.
And most of her links are down below because I still continue to forget to put the damn witchy channel on there now. I've got to do it.
It's still new. So
it's still new. It's so fresh. I forget. But yeah, all of her links are down below. So make sure you check those out. So like I said, most of you know, Sako and I are working on our first draft of our Project Flambeau, where we're actually going in and we wrote all of the original beats that we came up with during the streams we've already got that done on our zero draft. So now we're going back in, we're adding beats, we're moving crap around, we're figuring out how to put arcs in there and stuff like that. So that's what we're working on tonight. I think, Sako, we are doing I'm writing at the same time you're writing in the document, right?
I believe so. If I'm not writing in the Google Doc, I'm probably writing in Scrivener and then I'll paste it over.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. Yeah, so Sako likes to work in Scrivener. I work almost exclusively in Google Doc, or, sometimes I work in Word too, but that's usually not till I get into my later drafts and stuff like that. I don't know. I tried Scrivener for a while. I just really couldn't get into it. I enjoyed it. I liked being able to move things around, but I thought, I can kind of do all of this on Google Doc. You can, but you can't.
Kind of do it. I use the document map, whoa. So, the headers and stuff like that allow me to, move things around and keep track of what we've written and what we haven't written.
True. That is true. And I just kind of have to go through and look at, what's highlighted and stuff in Google Docs. So that definitely would be helpful. Okay, let's say hi to some folks who are here in the chat. I love when my weirdos show up. We've got Carrie H. Author. She claims proudly she is first. First. It's like planting a flag. I love it. Debbie Renault is here. Debbie, I am looking forward. I assume you're working on the comic again tonight. I'm looking forward to reading it. Devin Cutting, because it is not a stream without Devin, is here. Good to see you. Dia Rob. Good evening, Dia Rob. Debbie is working on a script and eating some ice cream. Kids drove me up the wall today.
Oh, my condolences.
It's like a kid thing. Kids just know how to get under your skin. I consider myself mostly a very patient person, and I've been told I'm a very patient person. Except when my niece and my nephew were younger, I could just lose my cool so fast with them, and it's just something. Kids, man.
Mm-hmm.
Funky
Hi.
Sai is here. Good to see you, Funky Sai. And Raven Storm Dans. If you want a witchy or witch that ever witched a witch your witch over to the witch.
Okay.
Which works for me. Which works for me. Yes.
Sure.
Devin says everyone is welcome to add my playlist to their stream descriptions.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That is a really good idea, Devin. Thank you. And I, honestly, like, I'll be in streams that I do have mod capability, and I'll be like, by the way, if none of you all have heard about Devin's playlists, they're amazing. And so yeah, I usually add them, but I should just totally add them below, because like right now I have like the big long, like, hey, these are all the author tubers that I'm aware of, and here are links to their channels, kind of a thing. And part of that's for SEO reasons, because I want people Googling other author tubers and finding my videos too. But it's also just to promote everybody. But I can't keep those even updated nearly quickly enough. So I should just be like, all right, y'all, just check out Devin's crap. Raven says, I am.
Yep.
Yeah, I want the ice cream. I'm jealous too, honestly. You know what? We were shopping the other day too, and my partner was like, do you want to get some ice cream? And I actually said, I'm not in the mood for ice cream. And I don't know what the hell I was thinking, because like,
you gotta take future BC into consideration.
I know. I just usually when I take future BC into consideration, our shopping bills become $300, and we've got a cupboard full of nothing but snacks.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
So Carrie is working on chapter 4 of her book 2 rewrite, trying to knock out a chapter a day this month. A chapter a day is rough. I'm like,
there's only 12 chapters in the outline as of now, so
okay. I'm also like, I'm also really weird when I draft. Like, if it hadn't been for you, Sako, honestly, when I draft, everything is just a scene break. I just put a scene, like the 3 dots for the scene break. And then later when I get through, like when I'm pretty sure I'm finished putting all my beats in and all my extra character arcs, and I actually get ready to do the edits, that's when I start going, okay, this needs to be it. Like after I play musical sections, I go, okay, this is where this is a natural break at. This is where this is a natural chapter break. But if it hadn't been you like doing it in advance, that would have been like the last thing I would have done. So I don't write in chapters. I just write in scenes.
So like the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 action that I was doing when we were first breaking it out, I do that, but then I just do chapter, so that when I go to renumber them, I can do so. I average about 2K a chapter.
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. And depending on the project and the genre is my average, but I would probably say, about 1,800 to 2K, maybe 2,200 a chapter is probably there about right. I know I've had a few slightly longer chapters, but that was in more of my contemporary fiction versus my urban fantasy or my paranormal mystery. So yeah. Funky Sai is 1 chapter and an epilogue away from finishing the 2nd draft.
That's amazing.
That's like,
yeah, break out the bubbly, man.
I know. That is specifically that calls for ice cream. You should break out the ice cream. Yeah.
yeah.
So Raven's saying, yes, specifically the ice cream part of being jealous. The rest, I could admittedly take or leave. Yeah, having kids drive you up the wall. Yeah, I could take that or leave that. Can you import an already in progress manuscript into Scrivener? Yes,
but you're better off cutting and pasting.
Okay, that makes sense. And then that way you know that it goes in exactly.
You can import a Word document, and if you've got headers and stuff like that for your chapter breaks, then it will make those folders. And yeah, it's a little on the weird, buggy side. You're better off cutting and pasting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I think that's what I did when I did my project. I had started it in Google Docs, and then people were like, you really should try Scrivener. And I was like, I really should probably actually give it a shot. And so I just cut and pasted everything.
It's so much easier.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Yeah. It seemed like it was pretty easy, but yeah, importing it seemed like it was a little too complicated, and I was like, I ain't down with that.
Yeah.
Carrie's like, I have Devin's playlist page bookmarked. So do I. So do I. Like, it's just
I just search for it and then
and go straight there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I will open up the computer in the morning, and usually like I'll get on about half an hour to when I have to start working, and it's whether I have to start writing or I have to start like actual day job work. And I'll just immediately bring up Devin's playlist. And I'm like, Devin's playlist, click.
I have to say Devin's playlist is probably one of the first things I pull up too.
Yeah. I wish I could bookmark it on my phone because like if I'm doing day job work, then I'm working from my other computer, not from my laptop. And so I will stream videos like directly to my office. I'll Comcast them directly to my office TV. Because otherwise, if I try to like watch a video while I'm on my work computer, anytime I have to make a phone call or I get a phone call, it pauses the video and then it doesn't unpause the video. I wish it just muted the video, but it doesn't. It pauses the whole thing and then it doesn't unpause it. And then I get behind and it drives me nuts. So I just I do a little pop out chat and then I just stream it up to the thing. Yeah. And Devin's like, me too. I also bookmark my own playlist. So Diarob is working on a prequel to their novel. Ooh.
Nice.
Prequels are good. Prequels are fun. I've thought about doing prequels. So my dark political fantasy series that is like forever in the works, because it's not going to come out anytime soon. I've written so much of it because I'm like 110K into the first book. It's not finished. I'm a chronic overwriter, everybody. So don't go by.
It's funny because we're kind of underwriting this.
We're really underwriting this one. That's so weird for me because
there's a lot of white room going on. So I'm gonna go through and like do some descriptions of the backgrounds.
Yeah, we've got a lot of white room. We've got a lot of floating heads. We've got, we just don't have much in the way of like sensory input, other than a few things here and there, which is okay. Sometimes I'll do that in the zero draft a little bit, but usually only like the second half of the zero draft. And that's usually just when I'm trying to pound out and finish, so I can get into the first draft and start adding more beats and start fluffing things up. But yeah, this one, it was just very concise. Like all my writing for it was just concise.
Well, I kind of liked that we were just like, getting to the point. That way we know what's important and we can fluff it up a little bit, but we know what we're focusing on.
Yeah, and I think it was also important with this particular project because it's your and my first co-writing project. And also doing it live, kind of a thing. So we had to feel each other out as far as our writing styles, how we like format things as far as like, what do we even work on first? So I think it was good that we kept like the writing minimal so that we figured out what each of us focuses on. Like, I noticed that like you're really big on setting and atmosphere. And I'm really big on dialogue. So like, I was like, oh, okay, great. Now we can see where each of us kind of like where our levels are. So I think it's cool. Funky Sai also, saying it's so wild how different every author's methods are. Yes. Like,
and yet so similar.
And very similar. Like they have shades of each other.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, I do something similar, except like I had I think it was you, Sako, that was saying that the thing that you liked about my videos is that I don't say this is how you do it. Right. I say this is how I do it, and it might work for you.
Yeah.
kind of a thing, which is really what I've tried to do in all my videos, because the reason I started my channel was because people kept asking me all the time, how do I? And I've been like, I don't know how you, but I know how I. And if I tell you how I, then maybe you can figure out your you, kind of a thing. Funky Sai is breaking out the whiskey tomorrow for sure.
Nice.
It's good to have on a Friday. I'm assuming tomorrow is your Friday and today isn't already your Friday. You know what I mean, time zones. But yeah, it's good on a Friday. Good on a Friday. Raven says, okay, good to know.
With the cutting and pasting, yeah.
With the cutting and pasting, yeah. Yeah, and I really thought I would like Scrivener more, because I really thought, ooh, being able to because I'm such a cut and paste and play musicals with all my beats and everything, that I really thought I would enjoy Scrivener more. But honestly, I probably just didn't give it enough time and dedication, and was just like, I'm gonna go back to the thing I know, which is Google Docs. Funky Sai says, yeah, best advice really is to try everything and see what works.
Yes, throw it at the wall and see what sticks.
I was about to say the exact same thing. I was like, throw it at the wall, see what sticks. Everybody's grandma, with old woman wisdom advice is the whole throw it at the wall and sticks. Everybody knows that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we should probably. We've been on here for over 15 minutes now. We should probably do a sprint.
Probably.
So I am going to do something a little different for you guys tonight. Some of my weirdos came on Discord and messaged me, and other stuff text messaged me, and were like, hey, when you and Sako were first doing the book and outlining it, we got a lot more interaction with it. And we saw exactly what you guys were doing, because you shared your screen where you were typing out beats and doing stuff like that. And then they were like, but we don't get that as much anymore. So I am going to share what's going on in the chat, a timer, and what I am working on the screen, all at the same time. Now, Sako will be working in something totally separate, but again, we should relatively see each other's stuff updated pretty quickly. But yeah. So you guys are going to see all of it tonight. So let's get my screen shared. And yeah, so off to the side, you guys are even going to see the notes that we've talked to each other about. So yeah, that we're pretty much going to do. And we're going to do, as you guys can see down here, a little 20-minute sprint. And we are going to get started. What is this sorcery? Thank you, Raven. Yes, it's magical, it's mystical, it's wonderful. It's a triple screen. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do a 20-minute sprint, and that is going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Man, the palm of my hand is really white. Sprint. Hey. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I took myself off mute right as the partner decided he needed to cough. I was like, dang it. But it happens. It's all good. Okay, so how did everybody do? Y'all kind of saw how I did on the sprint. But let's see how many words that actually equaled up to.
What scene are you writing?
I'm working on processing the original Thrall opening.
Oh, okay. I was as well, but we can. I will hop up ahead and work on Kyler Has a Vision.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, we probably should have
What's
she working on?
I put in a couple hundred words for. Yeah.
Yeah, I got like I just looked at the word count and then totally forgot what it was. We might be able to figure out how to blend the two of ours too.
Yeah.
A little bit later. Yeah, I got 372 in.
Oh, that's more than me.
Okay. We'll just figure out how to like weave yours in with it a little bit later. We probably should have, should have been like, hey, what you doing? I doing this. Okay. So there were a whole bunch of comments like right as we went into that sprint. So let me see. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. So I'm going like way back. So Al showed up. Al is one of my favorite weirdos. Good to see you. Raven was saying, I don't know if you guys saw the hard writing advice Twitter trend going on a couple of days ago, but I found there was a quiet counter trend of gentle writing advice that was supportive.
Aww.
Instead of an entire tide of threads of writing is a shitstorm that will destroy you. But, I think it's important that folks understand that writing is not easy and writing for publication is not easy. But I also think that it could get setting up expectations is good. But I also think a lot of people are just like, you can't do what I do. It's so hard, and I don't think that's necessary.
Gatekeeping. Yeah,
gatekeeping. I think establishing the fact that writing is not an easy profession. It's not an easy hobby. And it's not an easy skill.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's good. Setting that up is very reasonable, but it absolutely should be met with, hey, it's still doable. It's just not easy. So yeah. Joe Abercrombie said, this shit is hard enough without hard writing advice. Sheesh.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. Triple screen madness, which I should probably take down at the moment. Here. There we go. Pachoo. I swear sometimes it seems like I post things so fast, chat fails to keep up. The second half of my visible comment was, instead of an entire tirade of tide of threads about writing as a shitstorm that will destroy you. Don't worry, the chat has trouble keeping up with me sometimes when I'm trying to type stuff too. And then sometimes I can't keep up with the chat, but it may have gotten zotted for profanity. I guess it showed up just fine for me on my comments. On StreamYard, but maybe it didn't show up on YouTube because YouTube is a rat bastard that likes to censor us for some reason. My whole channel is not designed for children, so let us curse.
Yeah.
Raven's like, oh well, that's okay. It may not have shown up, but I'm gonna show it, so it shows up in the end.
It shows up in the end.
Yeah, Raven's like, Sako is orgasmically enjoying whatever she's eating, and that's very
not orgasmic.
Like I had to glance over. I saw the comment pop up during the sprint, and I was like, "What is she eating?" Now I have to see her face.
I ate a biscuit.
You did look like you were enjoying it. I don't know if I would have described it as orgasmically enjoying what you were eating.
No, I was not orgasmically enjoying a biscuit.
Raven's standards might be a little lower, though. I don't know. Al says, stay in bed or get up and write. I went to sleep at 10 p.m., slept till 2 a.m., now I'm awake. Ooh, that's yeah. See, I almost always fall back on the I should just go back to sleep. But that's because I just chronically sleep. Raven says, I'm struggling to write. My arm hurts after getting the second vaccine dose today. My office got put on restriction due to a positive COVID case amongst our personnel.
Oh, that sucks.
And I've been sleeping almost all day. Yeah, still don't want to do shit. Oops, I still don't want to do anything. Yeah, no, I don't want to do shit. Yeah, like, it's pretty rough, but yeah, it's better than not getting it and getting it. So everyone says, out of curiosity, if you name something School of Sciences, would you automatically assume that university would preclude liberal arts degrees, or is that a false assumption on my part? I don't think it should preclude any type of learning. It could have a heavier focus with a heavier slant towards the sciences, but there are lots of humanities, like coursework, that is technically considered liberal arts, but they are pursuits of science as well. So, like, case in point, one of my degrees is in world religions, and that was technically a humanities, but it fell under liberal arts, but it was a pursuit of science. It was a sciences degree, even though it fell under liberal arts, but it had to fall under liberal arts because of the humanities aspect of it. It was like a whole big shit show about how and why it should be a science degree, because it was world religions as far as like deconstructing them on an anthropological level and like their cultural ramifications and things of that nature. So it was sciences because it was anthropological studies, but it was liberal arts because it was all humanities classes, essentially. So weird. Dia says, good for you, Al. I stayed up to write and started feeling so tired. If I don't,
no judgment.
No judgments. We've all done the whole like midstream, mid project, mid being on camera. Like, we've all done it. It's all good.
We've all done it.
Yeah, Carrie says, had second shows mid-January, knocked me on my bum for several hours. It's pretty rough. And that was the day after. Day of, I was fine. After I put Tiny Human down for her afternoon nap, next day, I needed a nap. I'm surprised you don't need a nap every day. You have Tiny Human.
You have Tiny Human. Yeah.
I need a nap every day, and I don't have a Tiny Human. Already tired when I got the shot since my sleep schedule has been nuked from orbit. It was the only way to be sure. So going back to bed was kind of a no-brainer. Thank you, Raven, for the aliens reference. I really like that. If people are not aware of this by now, I adore the Alien franchise, and most specifically, like the Sigourney Weaver movies. Even number 3 and number 4, I still managed to find enjoyment in them despite the terrible, terrible writing and lots of other bad stuff. But man, the second dose hurt more and faster than the first dose did. I've heard a lot from
that's what I heard from a lot of people, actually.
Yeah. Took a whole day to get any localized pain from the first shot. This one hurt almost immediately. Yeah, I think your body, like, by the time you get a second vaccination of the same thing, your body's just like, hey, wait a minute, I know what this is.
Yeah.
I'm just going to overreact right now in advance. It's not, like, overwhelming, but it is bleeding annoying. Everyone reacts differently, but it beats the alternative. Yes, definitely.
It beats the alternative.
It does. Al made stream rounds and is back.
Stream rounds.
Oh, at first I thought that said gonna get up, get pot, get cereal, and write to words. And I thought that makes perfect sense. And then I realized you were getting that, or maybe you did get pot, got cereal. Okay, it still all makes sense. Whether you got a pot,
makes sense. Yeah.
you got a pot to put cereal in, or you just smoked so you needed cereal. So that I understand. Ala let you know that she figured out our word problem with superhero novel, figured out some scenes to add. Should get me a more normal word count.
Nice.
That's cool. I just thought the sprint completion notification was a polite cough. And like my partner's doing their best to be like super polite in the back, like because they're in the office with me, and so they're doing their like concentrated best to be quiet and like and stuff's got his little headphones on. And I'm surprised you guys haven't heard his keyboard because it's like super. He's got super clickety clack keyboard. But yeah. Raven's trying to sort out the first line. Summer submission. Nice. Mm-hmm. Funky Size about halfway through the chapter.
Ooh.
Which is nice, yeah. Raven, you know me, Sako. I run my mouth constantly during sprints.
Yes, you do.
I do too. Honestly, Raven, I'm not any better on anybody else's stream. Sometimes I'm just as bad on my stream because I'm like, I'm not going to do this writing thing. I'm just going to chat.
Yeah.
Carrie was on another stream before this and writing while we were chatting, so I don't know how many words I did during the sprint, but the chapter count is 1684. Nice. Yeah. I love my weirdos.
Aww.
And we can just, take over whole chats with zombie talk, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So people think it's easy when they start, so maybe little warnings are good. Yeah, as far as like people giving some people some warnings about writing and kind of what it means. I think people don't understand the sheer time that goes into writing. They seem to like, a lot of people are like, I write it and it's good. And it's just like, I think that's the big thing. Raven, my standards are very low.
No, indeed. All caps.
Oh, Al. My eyes. On the subject of my university question, thanks for helping me clarify that. My current story involves a violinist prodigy who gets a full college scholarship to a school called the Testament School of the Sciences, also known as, also known as TSOS, or more colloquially as the Sauce, because the school has such a high percentage of alcoholism. That's cool.
Fun.
I like it being known as the Sauce. That's cool. I was like, yes, zombies and death. Zombies and death. Yeah, it was fun getting to like sort that out. So I don't write horror, but I love horror. I really love reading it. I love watching it. And I love zombies, which I found out weirdly, my mom a number of years ago, like I moved in with her to take care of her after one of her surgeries. And like she had all these like zombie slasher films like going constantly on her TV. And I was like, what the hell are you watching, Mom? She's like, I fucking love these movies. And I was like, where was this connection we could have made growing up? Like
yeah.
All you ever played was soap operas all the time. And I just thought you were just this crazy old woman who watched your shows. I'm like, if I'd known you like zombie slasher flicks.
Watching your stories.
Yeah, watching her stories. And I was like, we could have been bonding all this time, kind of a thing.
Funky zombies right now.
Yeah, writing zombies right now. Zombies are good. Zombies are good to write. I can't write them for shit. I can write all the fallout around them. Again, I don't have the chops to be a horror writer for some reason, as much as I love them. I've tried, believe me. I've failed miserably. It's sad. It's sad. You look so comfy, Sako.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm like.
You get to see most of my nest.
Yeah, the nest. I like that the cat is even nested on the chair behind you.
Yeah. Nom.
Yeah. Yay, Funky! Go lay down, baby. Mama gotta watch her stories. Puts on Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
I wished I would have been like, yes, Mom. Let's discuss the. We did actually. We watched the original Romero movies, and then we watched the horrible remakes, reboots, whatever, and also the supposed sequels, which were terrible. And then compared them at one point during her recuperation, which was fun.
Nice.
I lost her a little bit on talking about like story elements and stuff like that, but I tend to lose most of my family when talking about writing.
Yeah.
So Al is writing zombies and heroes.
Yep.
There you go. I'm pretty sure you either get heroes when you have zombies or you just don't. And then it's just a
They're either
really
there or they're not. That's
yeah. You either get heroes or you just have a fuck ton of zombies. I hate that StreamYard does not catch up as fast as YouTube. Like, I hate that there's the delay. Funky Sai says, by the way, folks, wait, hold on. There we go. Funky Sai. By the way, folks, the George Romero book, The Living Dead, that Daniel Krauss finished, is epic. Oh, have not read that yet. Raven thought the Dawn of the Dead remake was okay, but everything after that fell kind of flat and wandered into just being silly in some cases.
yeah.
The Dawn of the Dead remake was acceptable for a zombie movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was not, in my opinion, acceptable for a remake of a Romero movie.
No.
That's the problem. That's my disconnect.
You can't think of it as a remake.
Yeah, it was just like
it's a standalone.
It's a standalone of the same name with similar characters. And not even all similar characters.
Not at all similar characters, yeah.
Yeah. So, but he's like, yeah, nice. Superheroes and zombies. Okay, let's do another one of those sprint things. And y'all can let me know in the chat if you liked being able to kind of glance up and watch me like writing and doing what I was doing, or if it's really distracting for you. Let me know. I'm just trying to tailor to what everybody keeps asking me to do.
So I'm going to work on the vision.
You're going to pop down to the Morningstar vision?
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's going to add nicely to one, it's going to add nicely to our word count. But I also think it can give a lot. Well, one, you're going to be able to plug more horror into it, I think, or creep factor into it. But I think it's going to add a nice bit of extra for the Morningstar, because I mean he's really only in the one scene. Well, 1 to 2 scenes. So I think it'll be nice having that in there. I'm looking forward to it. Cool. Oh, Funky Size like, I don't even see the screen. I have my dock up.
Oh.
I guess that's true. That is true. I mistakenly think that everybody is a streamer or a gamer or whatever and has like multiple monitors, which I know is incorrect, but yeah.
My second monitor is far away from me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's saying during the sprint, that is.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Well, all right, let me. Oops, dang it. Did it again. There we go. Add to it. Laura girl brought back up. 20 more minutes on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1. Sprint. Beep, 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 beep. All right. So, how did everybody do? I struggled just a tad. So I finished up the scene with processing the thrall at the beginning. There really wasn't much more to go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I put a note in there. I didn't really touch on, you had put in those, like, kind of those bullet points.
I
didn't
don't
really,
know how much of that I'm going to use.
yeah,
Because technically the perp is going to go in jail until he has his trial.
yeah, pretty much. So I kind of didn't touch really on any of those little notes. We could put some in there if we wanted to, but for the most part, I worked on like Daisaku's relationship with the system. You know, kind of a thing. So that's kind of what I worked on there.
Cool.
And then I dropped down to the Kyler and the Resistance.
Whatever that means. I wanted to kind of like talk through that a little bit, in that we were like, okay, so there should be like a thing with Kyler and the Resistance, and
yeah, so
I'm like, is there a thing that the Resistance is doing? Do they have goals? Like,
so what I kind of was looking at here was so what I did was, you know, like up there towards the beginning where Kyler met with the lieutenant, with the West Coast lieutenant. Afterwards, Kyler had shot off 2 messages on their phone. One was saying we need to talk, and the other one was obviously to Daisaku, the email to Daisaku about the vision and everything. So I'm kind of leading off of the whole we need to talk thing with Kyler and his contact, his cell contact within the Resistance. So that's kind of, or their cell contact within the Resistance. So that's what I kind of slid into. And I'm hoping it works. I'm pantsing the hell out of it. Yeah. So I'm kind of pantsing the hell out of this particular section because all we literally have is the thing, post it for Kyler and the Resistance. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I need to figure out what that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've been trying to come up with an arc for the Resistance, and the only thing I can come up with was the love interest that isn't a love interest.
Yeah, so I got like a weird crick in my neck all of a sudden. So what I was kind of thinking was maybe the arc for the Resistance isn't going to be as pronounced as what we were thinking, maybe. Mainly because I haven't been able to come up with anything yet. But I'm going to kind of discovery write this little post-it section.
Okay.
And see what it opens me up to. And then maybe we can go from there. If not, at least it does introduce the Resistance earlier so that we establish them for the reference later.
Right.
If it does nothing but that, which is very possible. So I want to see what I can come up with. Sometimes y'all, Sako will agree with me here. Sometimes, no matter how well you outline it and plot it and brainstorm it, every so often you go, crap, I need something here and I just got to figure it out.
Yep.
So yeah. All right. So we had lots of chat going on during the sprint, which is I'm okay with. That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's all good. It just means I have to scroll back up a lot. So I know that Carrie did leave and popped out to go to bed.
Oh, okay.
But Carrie was just saying that they got a second monitor and they love it. Nice. Raven, I have 3 monitors up and I'm being productive on basically none of them. I do that occasionally. Sometimes I have like 2 computers going. I have like my work computer going and I'll have my laptop going like during the workday. And like I'll even have shit up on the TV like going on and I'm barely being productive on any of it.
Yeah.
So. Raven says having extra monitors has basically made it so I can multitask my time wastage. So Al now has the urge to write zombie superheroes. Yeah. So there is a movie called Zombies. That they're not zombie superheroes, but they are heroes trying to protect each other because they don't realize they're zombies and they think people are just out to kill them for no reason. Like, so the humans that are chasing them down, they think are just out to kill them for no reason. So it really is kind of it's a campy, but it's a good movie. Al uses 3 separate devices. My phone has the stream up, my Kindle is playing music, and the laptop has my story.
Right on.
Yep. We do what we got to do in order to entertain the hell out of ourselves. Raven, see, I kind of want to see a legitimate zombie superhero, like already being dead and essentially invulnerable to pain is their only superpower. I like that. And being strong and scary, Al points out, which is good.
Or like the one zombie who can think and has problem-solving skills.
Mm-hmm. Bub from Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love Bub. Day of the Dead is actually my favorite of
really
the Romero. Yeah, I know. People think I'm crazy. I enjoyed Night, of course, and I enjoyed Dawn, of course, very much. I especially enjoyed the like philosophizing. Yeah, that's a word. The philosophical debate about society and how we're kind of tied to it, how we're zombies and slaves to society and things like that. But sure. I think I really enjoyed the exploration of humanity in Day, which I think is what my favorite thing was, is that ultimately a zombie ended up being more human than most of the humans left in the base, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Al says that they are at their gaming computer, at their streaming setup, which is probably not the most conducive to writing progress. I've got 2 screens on that computer and another on a second computer. So I am more productive when I am at my streaming setup than when I am like have my laptop and just am out floating around.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, Al was saying maybe they need to save their people from the humans who are rudely killing them all. That's why I was mentioning zombies. Because that's basically what's happening. They're trying to save each other from being killed off. Oops, crap. StreamYard jumped. I gotta scroll way the fuck back up. Way up. Okay. Oh, wow. Really, really far up. Okay. Raven says, oh, wow, I hadn't thought of that. A superhero actually for zombies, not just being a zombie. That would be a pretty different take on the subject. I did have an idea where the human race, all but a tiny bit, all become zombies, but they're the CW shows zombies where they're alive and can think and shit. The name escapes me, which is annoying as it was my favorite show. I don't think I ever saw that, but I will admit I tend to avoid most CW things.
Yes, me too.
Unless it's superhero, then I will give it a go. But most of the time I avoid everything else. Raven has surrounded themselves with technology, none of which I actually use productively. I am living the American technological dream. That's pretty true. That's pretty true. Al says they were Z's, but as long as they regularly ate brains, they retained their humanity. If they didn't, they became mindless zombies. I do remember the show iZombie, Raven. I think that was a Netflix show. I don't think it was CW. But she was a zombie that if she ate brains, she could see people's memories, I think. And she became a detective that way or something like that.
Or something, yeah.
But I didn't actually watch it. But Al says yes, that was the actual... I thought she was the only zombie in that. But maybe, I don't know. Raven says, I'm a film and TV title savant, particularly for stuff I've never actually seen.
Yeah.
So this is where Carrie had popped out, which I did like tippy tap and like say bye to her and everything. She got her chapter done, total word count for 4 chapters of 9,061 words, and she's off to bed. I don't blame her. Ow, there was definitely strawberry water in my cup when I poured Coca-Cola in it. Well, now you have strawberry Coca-Cola. A little watered down, but that's okay. I guess they were concerned that you were awake in your little sleepy nest.
Yeah.
Raven's like, Sako's better than me. In that position, I would have passed out seconds after the sprint started.
My neck was craning. My neck was getting uncomfortable. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think I must have slept a little weird last night because I got up and showered today and like I still had a crick in my neck and was like, normally it like works itself out under the shower. And I was like, okay, you know, I saw a crick and now I'm really starting to feel it like in both sides of the neck. So I'm going to have to be careful how I sleep tonight. Al wants to buy herself an actual writing desk and fancy chair for her room. She's got a little writer's nook right now that she can access while sitting in bed. It's so cute, but I want a desk, damn it.
Yeah.
A nice desk with plenty of shelves and drawers. I was pretty thrilled when we redid the office over New Year's that my desk has lots of drawers now. I had a decent desk before. It was nice, but it was kind of small, and it only had like 3 drawers. And I was like, I need more drawers of that. Mainly so I could just keep shit from not piling up all around me because I'm a clutter bug. Raven, it was fucked by the pandemic because they used to do the bulk of the writing in coffee shops, which, oops, I'm like knocking stuff over, which both made me feel like I was being more productive and got me away from my office distractions. Now I'm stuck trying to either write at home or at work, and neither environment is really conducive to productivity. Yeah, we all have to find like our places. Yeah. Al's like, you've made a spot. So nice you don't want to work. And Raven's like, I'll take uncomfortable accuracy for the win, Alex.
Yeah.
It is so true. Al says they have that issue for their bed. You get cozy. If you get cozy, you don't want to do anything. But you can't be uncomfortable either. It's like a weird thing. Raven says, really, I think I absorbed my mother's attitude from when I was a kid, where home is where you're meant to relax and do things you enjoy that are not work. Is that what home is? I've been striving for like all of my adult professional life to have a job where I could just work from home. Like, because I want to do all the works from home. I don't want to go to an office. I don't want to see people unless it's like on a camera. Yeah. Al hasn't even opened the dock yet. Laptop is being slow. Nels, hey Nell, good to see you, weirdo. Got 6:15. It came right in, and y'all start as we all started. That was good timing. Raven's mother actually sent a scathing letter to their primary school demanding they stop sending homework because school was work for school, not for home.
Jeez. Damn,
my mama was just like, yeah, bring it on. Heap it on her. Funky Size says, finish the chapter, let's go. All right. Like, super excited. Are the zombies there yet, Funky? It's the end, so they made it past the zombies already. Well, that's good to know. All that's left is the epilogue, and then shiz is done. Like, with the draft. What draft are you on, Funky? I'm just curious. Are you on like 0 draft, 1st draft, 2nd draft? Are we into editing phases? You got to be more definitive about what done means with a bunch of writers.
Yeah.
Lots of celebrating. Funky. Funky says, you guys have no idea how long and hard this journey has been. Oh, yeah. I think some of us have ideas.
I think some of us have ideas.
Al, yes. We do, Funky. Only we do. Oh, Funky says there's a Marvel Zombies comic series, which is fun.
It's...
Oh, I like Sako's reaction.
It's preposterous.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give it a shot then. Nell's Bookish Ways. I'm on a new chapter tonight, and I'm trying to decide how much I want to delve into this chapter, as they are not an MC or antagonist, but they are very important to the overall plot. Then delve. And she has her own arc with the antagonist, who is her girlfriend, but I'm trying to balance her, but want the character development. So
Mm,
it can be hard to have, sometimes supporting characters that are like critical to a story can overtake a story if you're not careful. So I get where you're coming from there. Like, honestly, Sako, I enjoy writing Kyler so freaking much in the story. And Kyler is critical and a very important supporting character in the story, but I could very much let them take over like the whole story and just be like, let's add another scene with Kyler.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
because I love. Shadow's Lair. Hello, been listening to Lord of the Rings audiobook and getting ready to finally write. That is one book I don't think I could listen to.
The radio drama is better.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably listen to the radio drama, but yeah, like I don't know that I could listen to the my t-shirt, Al? The Weirdos Welcome? This is available on my merchandise store, also linked down below. So if that's my t-shirt that you're talking about, I'm assuming so, because Sako's not wearing a t-shirt.
Well,
so.
I'm not wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah. Unless, I mean, maybe she really meant that she loves your Slytherin patch sweater.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is a Slytherin sweater. Yeah. Holla for the house, y'all. Funky says there was a British series where the zombie apocalypse happened and then people started reverting, but they remembered all the horrific things they did. I think I remember that series. I don't remember the name, but Al says I don't think they reverted. I think they found a cure. Maybe that sounds more like it. With the sexy Clive. I'm guessing Clive Owens. Yes, it's been a while. They stole our homes! Yeah. Interesting. Pandemic helped me because I started watching streams and writing again. Apparently, I can't write without these sprint streams anymore.
Oh.
I can write without them. I prefer not to. And there are enough of them that I really don't have to.
Yeah.
So. Funky says second draft. Third is hatchet cleanup phase. Okay. That makes sense. Hey, Heather! Good to see you. Devin says finding the streams is easier now. Someone makes daily playlists. Love it.
Waka waka.
Raven, Marvel Zombies is fucking bananas. If there's anything more unlikely than normal zombies, it's zombies with superpowers.
Yes, agreed.
Al says the no-name boss my MC argued with is now her future husband. Okay. Funky side Devin, laughing at Devin. We love you, Devin. Thank you. We do. We love Devin. Woohoo! Okay, we're caught up on comments. That means we can sprint again so that we can get behind on comments again. All right, we need to sprint anyway. So we're going to get one more 20-minute sprint in. That's going to kind of take us right up to outros, basically. So let's see how many words we all can get done, y'all. Why are you making face like you're like, I don't want to play no more? Sako.
Wait,
you're making what? Yeah, you were making face like, I don't want to play no more.
No, nothing like that.
Okay. All right. So we are going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Sprint. I should probably push the button and not just shape my hands. Beep, 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 beep. All right, that finishes up our. Was that our third? Do we only do 3 sprints? I gotta stop being such a chatty bitch. So we could try and at least squeeze in 4 sprints. We're only doing 20 minutes at a time, and it's a freaking 2-hour stream. But yeah, anyway. So how did everybody do? So that is our final sprint of the evening. And how did everybody do? I didn't do a lot because I'm feeling this scene out, trying to figure out what it even needs to be. So discovery writing a scene, even though it's a vague ass beat that's there, you know, is so much fun. How about you, Sako? How'd you do?
I have a purring cat next to me, and it's making it very hard to stay awake.
So you have a purring cat beside you. Is that your little Void beside you?
Yeah, my Void.
As I say, because your fluff ball's behind you on the chair.
Yeah,
so.
the burnt marshmallow, yeah.
I love that. You got a Void and a burnt marshmallow. Yeah. So there was some discussion about who Clive was apparently in the show, which was called the British version of In the Flesh. And it was not Clive Owen. It was Clive from iZombie. Okay. I don't know. I never did actually watch iZombie. I saw the general premise of it, and that was it. And I tried to watch the opening episode of it because I thought this is kind of an okay idea. I could give it a shot, and I just couldn't get into it. Raven was promising to be quiet for the sprint unless something catches my attention and I get diarrhea of the mouth again. And I like that immediately, as soon as everybody quieted down, Savvy came in and was like, "Hey, y'all! Yay! I love that Savvy is here, and thank you. I do appreciate that. I'm still growing out where I did the mohawk.
Yeah.
I've decided the mohawk was not entirely me. Did not have enough versatility. It was me. It just didn't have enough versatility for me. So I'm growing it back out, and this is basically all I can do with the hair at the moment. So, and Raven's like, LOL, and Savvy bursts in the chat like, it looks too fucking quiet in here. Yeah. Savvy just finished filming a video about some more scammy publishing companies, working on edits, uploads, etc.
Right on.
That's good. I love your videos, girl. I just do. I love your energy in them. I love how thorough you are about them and how passionate you are about them and how they actually fucking help people. So yeah. I agree. It has been too long. I just been snowed under, been sick, which I all mentioned in the chat already. I always fuck up Savvy's name. It's like an optical illusion that there's 2 V's in it and not 1. It's because being savvy is spelled with 2 V's, and but Savvy, as in the proper name, is not. So yeah, it's just different.
Yeah.
And RK showed up.
Howdy howlers.
I love that he was just like, pow, howdy howlers. And I was like, yeah, Sako, I love it. So I might have gotten a little excited to see RK.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yep, good way of remembering my name. I tell people it either stands for Before Christ or Badass Chick. That's what it stands for. Savvy was saying that RK and she are buddy reading the 10-Time Rule by Grant Cardone. We're going to have the best review of it ever. I had never read it, and I love her comment when I'm like, never read it. You're not missing much.
You're not missing much. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see here. Nels says 100. 513. Sister called at the end. Sisters, they're always family. Always distracting writers. Raven's like, it's my fault. I'm super chatty. Yes. Reading and then having like Gilmore Girls on in the background is a perfect, that's perfect reading routine. I tend to have Golden Girls on in the background, just a different kind of girls.
Just a different kind of girls. Yeah.
Shadow's Lair, 9 words. It's 9 more words than you had, Shadow's Lair. 9 more words than you had. You saw, I mean, literally on the screen, you saw me like having to really think about each individual sentence that I was typing this time.
Yeah.
Savvy spent the sprint converting files for the new video just filmed. And yes, that's me, always bursting in. You just burst onto the scene like, boom, bitch. That's just that's how I like picture you at all times. And like it's no fail, Savvy, honestly. Every time like I see your name or I just think about you in general, I can hear your theme music for your videos. Like it just every single time.
Get you some nuts.
Yeah. Raven got a couple hundred words on the TFL submission, managed to revise the premise from a missing person to a family spying on their prodigy daughter, wondering what she's been getting up to.
Oh.
Heather wrote 20 words and moved words around in one of the short stories they're working on. It's always good. Sometimes you just got to shift. Like, you got to shift stuff. Funky says, okay, I'm done for tonight. Shall finish tomorrow and drink in celebration.
Nice.
You should, because you are done with that draft. Stupid StreamYard skipping on me. Savvy says, no one worry about misspelling my name. Haha. I tag my videos with Savvy with 2 V's, writes books because people misspelling my name is a top search term in my analytics.
Yep.
Yeah, that's understandable. Like if I went by what the B actually stands for in my name, other than bitchin' or before, like people would misspell it all the time. I'd have to put it in there. I would have to spell Billy with a Y because people would always be like, you know, Billy writes books or something, you know. So Raven is my main character is a private investigator. I'm trying not to go to the missing person plot hole every fucking story.
Yeah.
It happens. Yes, love. I tried to come up with a new fun sounding interpretation for BC and my brain came up with bring cocaine.
Not helping brain.
Thanks, Raven. I haven't had that one before. I've had Before Christ. I've had, I tell people Before Christ. I tell people badass chick or bitchin' chick. I've also used blue cheese.
Blue cheese. Yeah.
And people are like BC, because some people like when they'll jump to what sounds like BC and they'll think writer, they'll jump to VC for VC Andrews.
Oh, sure.
And I'm just like, no, BC, like, Before Christ, bitchin' chick, blue cheese. And they're like, oh, yeah.
Okay.
RK says, I think you're missing a lot. If you had read the 10K rule, you'd have published this book already. And it's 9 subsequent novels. Maybe. Get you some nuts. Spence sent me a video of her son running around the house yelling, get you some nuts, and dabbing. Apparently he has heard her watch my videos too much. I want to see this. Ask Spence if you could share it. I must see the tiny human, the mini Spence dabbing, screaming, get you some nuts.
Get you some nuts.
Gotta see it. Get you some nuts. I love it. Okay, so we are at our wind down. I hope everybody was productive and got done the shit they wanted to get done tonight. I got a few things in. I got a few words in, so I'm happy. And I got to let all of you see me doing it. So hopefully it's more interactive for those individuals that were wanting to see behind the curtain and see what all we are typing while we were working on this. Sako, go ahead and tell people who you are in case they weren't here for the beginning and don't know by now.
Howdy, hellers. I'm Sako Tumi, also known as Voit. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those 3 things. So if you are looking to market yourself as an author, you can check out my YouTube It's Sako Tumi class Voit. And if you want to be a witchier witch, then you can read along with me at the Witch of Tilwith tag.
Yes. Most of those links are down below. If you can get to her channel, you can also get to her other channel. So if you can get to her writer channel and her marketing channel, then you can get to her witchy channel.
Yes.
Of course, you all know me. I am BC, and this is my channel, BC Brown Books. Duh. Because you are here, where we like to get weird about words in the ways that only writers can. We write them, and we talk about writing them, and we go off on weird-ass tangents about writing them and how other people have written them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what we do here. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. You are all my favorite weirdos, and it warms my little weirdo heart every week that you do show up for the streams and everything. Also, just to let you know, because Tigwaddle has come in with his playlist link to the daily playlist on his channel. You should definitely check out live streams. Devin, I'm going to try to remember to put your playlist link just permanently in the links below. There's also a whole bunch of other cool authortubers down there that stream on a regular basis that you guys can go check out. You should just check out their channels. Definitely check out Savvy Writes Books' channel, because she has amazing stuff, not only for writers, but also for small business owners, scammers, anti-MLM, can't talk, anti-MLM stuff, kind of knowing what is an MLM and what's not an MLM and how not to get roped into them. So it's a lot of fun. And I want to thank everybody for coming and writing with us tonight. Sako and I will be on her channel on Monday, same time, different bat channel. And then back again next Thursday here, because we got to still keep writing this. So we'll see y'all later. See ya.